High above the city of Los Angeles, known not just for its bright lights, movie stars, and rock music, but most recently for its unmatched violence, and not just from its underworld population, but also from its police force. Watching from an unobserved eye in the sky, this is your chance to find out what really goes on when those sworn to protect and serve lose control and cross over the thin blue line.
Not exactly sure why it takes so many police on this one suspect who obviously
Witness when cops attack.
But there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 standing around 4 on him, pulling his legs down.
Airborne over the city of angels, see firsthand what is too often meant by keeping the peace.
The cops are pushing him right on the side, and he's rolling over almost on his top. The police obviously have no intention of letting him down or get out of the vehicle. It looks like he's barely trapped inside.
This bird's eye view captures on camera what you've only heard about, but aren't supposed to ever see.
The police stop, and it looks like the officer is, he's firing right. Let's take a look at that again. He fired right through the bullet came through the driver's side window. And there it is again as the officer is firing even though the vehicle has stopped.
Come along on the ride of your life as you now become the witness to cops out of control and suspects with no place to run.
Trying to, looks like they're firing on the suspect. The police surrounding him are firing on the suspect right now. You see the bullets coming there through the all over the window. And even though he was walking with no place to go, the police chose to fire on him nonetheless. It looks like the passenger suspect may have been liquidated.
Let our chopper lift you up to the heavens as you find yourself looking down on a living hell.
Cornered and they're beating him in the stomach. The suspect is down, covering his head so he doesn't receive any more, but he has 5 police on him. That doesn't seem, the fact that he's laying prone and has surrendered doesn't seem to dissuade the officer in the green deck there, who continues to pummel him with his flashlight and kick him in the knee and punches him back.
This is a trip that you might not believe, may try to forget, and just may want to leave behind.
At this point, it looks like the police have brought out their heavy artillery. They're firing over the fence with very heavy artillery. I don't see the 2 shots being released inside the house. The police are extensively shooting into the house from all angles here. You can see the officers surrounding the area, shooting into the house from all angles, but I see no shots being returned from inside the house. So it looks like the weaponry that they brought out for this is pretty heavy-duty stuff.
Hold on tight, because you are entering into the dark underside of a city that knows no mercy, no matter how innocent it might be.
The baby over his head, the police had to receive reports that there was a baby in the house. They kept firing inside anyway. Now the man has come out of the house and surrendered with the baby.
You have been warned.
We've been watching this pursuit for some time now, Owen. It looks like he's being boxed in with really nowhere to go. The gray vehicle, they're trying to get around the other vehicles, but it just looks like there is nowhere for him to go. The blue car off to the left, they're trying to pull over to the side as far as they can to allow police to come in on the driver's side. Looks like the police have successfully boxed him in.
It looks like he's surrendered at this point with absolutely no choice but to.
Their guns are drawn, and there are 5 officers surrounding the vehicle right there. And there is absolutely no choice but to surrender. There's nowhere for him to go. He's trying to unlock the door to get the officers allow them to gain access. You see the suspect's hands inside. They can't get the door open, so they're just grabbing him and taking him right out through the window.
No, he looked like he was trying to get out for them.
They're dragging him right out through the passenger, through the driver's side window there, Owen. Pulling off his clothes, yanking him out of the car. It looks like his leg's caught there. They're trying to free his leg. They're pulling him right out through the window. Not even trying to open up the door. The suspect obviously had surrendered.
He looks like he's putting up no resistance, but it still looks like they may be beating him there.
Putting up virtually no resistance. It's hard to see what exactly is going on there with so many officers around. They are holding him down. Definitely see the 2 officers there with his 2 feet. You can see the other officers leaning on his back and trying to get him cuffed.
Now his feet look like they're definitely held down. It looks like they got the handcuffs on him, so his hands here look like they're held together.
That can't be the most comfortable position there for that guy there. It's got to be painful. Now, the SWAT team has been called in to what I understand might be a drug deal in progress, and the team begins to move in to surround the suspected drug deal.
Now, from what we've heard, this is an undercover operation, but the police seem to be rather open out there.
Yeah, they're very obvious about it. This doesn't seem very undercover to me at all, but at least they're covering their ground as far as the case, perhaps the drug deal maybe try to escape, so they at least have the perimeter surrounded. Not even talking to the sheriff's department deputies right there.
Now, from our indication, the suspects are on the hilltop directly ahead of the police and have clear view of the police, but have not noticed them as of yet.
Well, nobody said that the drug dealers were the brightest people on there. Actually, somebody did, but I think it might have been a drug dealer. You can see them moving into position right now, continuing to surround the hilltop, as you said, Owen, the high vantage point that the suspects do have. They have not noticed the operation going on down below them.
Now, with this number of vehicles, this number of officers, how could they not have been noticed by the suspects? They must be very engaged in their deal.
Obviously so. It seems to me that this is a pretty clear indication of what's going on down below. More police officers are showing up on the scene here.
Now, I believe the area they're trying to surround is just directly ahead of us, right at the top of the hill ahead of us.
Try and zoom in on...
There it is.
There it is, right there.
Angle.
That's the angle where the suspected deal is going down.
Now, you can see how closely the police have pulled in here, and from what we're told, there, you can see how close the police are parked to the vehicle up on top of the hill on the left, which is where this transaction is supposed to be taking
They're
place.
certainly not making any bones about their presence here, Owen. They are being very, very visible. As you can see, they are quite high up on this hill here. They should be able to see what's going
Now
on
the
down
suspects
below.
are exiting the vehicle. I think to their surprise, they did not realize they were surrounded.
Well, they know it now because they have surrendered and they are leaned up against the car in prone position.
Now, I believe we're going to have the police coming up from behind them, just for the police protection, telling them to go to the ground.
Looks like the suspect there is having problems catching his breath. He's reaching in his pocket, looks like, closing the door.
I think he's just very
I
surprised.
think he's very surprised. It very much took him by surprise, but obviously he wasn't aware of enough of his surroundings to realize what was going on with this whole operation.
And there are the officers
The
coming
officers
in,
are
right
coming in to
behind
make
them.
the arrest right behind them. Suspects leaned up against the vehicle. Two vehicles there with the suspect where the deal was taking place on this.
It looks like the officers are cutting the gate open. It's the only thing that slowed them
They're
down
telling
at all.
him- They're telling him to get down to the ground.
And they are highly armed.
Highly armed with gas masks and everything. Oh, he kicked him right in the head.
It looked like the suspect
The
made no
suspect made
resistance.
no resistance, made no move. He laid down.
It looked like he may have knocked him out with that kick. Now, these are drug dealers, but I think that certainly was uncalled for when he was offering no resistance.
It looked like to me that from this angle that we have here, it did not look like he was offering any resistance whatsoever. And the officer chose to come up and kick him right in the head.
Now, there
There
may
might be
be
some more inside the car. It looks like they have.
They certainly look prepared for whatever may happen.
It looks like there might be some other movement and some other activity in the van behind this vehicle in the front here, the dark blue one.
Well, weapons are being put down now. It looks like they have this completely under
They
control.
have it completely under control. Looks like they're getting the hand ties out.
Now, Captain Dave, have you seen any motion from the suspect who was kicked so severely in the head?
I have not seen him move at all. I wouldn't be surprised if he was pretty much knocked unconscious by that. That seemed like a very inappropriate move for a suspect who was laying prone on the ground. I saw no movement from him before that kick whatsoever. It just looked completely uncalled for. There's another officer emerging from the car. It looks like they are maybe scoping out the vehicle for any...
It still looks like the
drugs.
police are providing some kicks for these gentlemen.
It looks like they're not being the nicest to them.
Now, that looks like the suspect that they're pounding down. Who
The
was
one
kicked
who
in
was
the head.
kicked, I think you're correct.
It looks like there's no motion for him.
No motion at all. I think he's out. The other one I see moving around, but I see that one not moving at all.
Well, they have them up. It looks like they're taking him into custody.
Looks like they're asking them if there's anything else in the car that they need to be aware of, any other drugs or drug paraphernalia that they'd be interested in. As as opposed to taking them down and putting them in the police vehicles, they're asking, I believe they're asking the suspect to point out where other drug-related materials may be found inside the car, giving them one last chance to come clean here.
Now, there must be quite the amount of paraphernalia in drugs.
Police in pursuit of this gray van now, as it turns right, turns corner into a residential area. The police hot on his tail. He's coming right up behind him. Looks like he's trying to do the old police fishtail move. And it's working as he spins the back of the gray van around as the other officer comes right up in front of him to block him in. The suspect with his hands up, you can see that he has surrendered to police. Police emerge from the vehicle with guns drawn.
Now, with a van with darkened windows like this, how do the police know who is in there, and if they are innocent?
It's very difficult to tell who is in there with windows this dark. It's hard to tell who is in, how many people may be inside, and if they have weapons or not. That's why the police are being very cautious at this point. Looks like they might be attempting to take the driver out of the driver's side window, or out of the driver's side door, and they have the passenger door open. Looks like they have a clear view of what's going on inside the van. No indication of how many people actually are in the van. It looks like there might be a passenger and a driver, if I'm not mistaken. Looks like the passenger, I can see his arm there, his other arm is up.
Now the fishtail...
Looks like on the other side they've taken out, they pulled him out, they pulled the driver out.
Now the fishtail maneuver we saw
And
here,
they pulled the passenger out. There is indeed two. Looks like two passengers. Both down. Been in pursuit of this motorcyclist for quite some time with speeds in excess sometimes of 95 to 100 miles an hour. He's going down an off-ramp here off a strange offshoot of this residential area. Oh, he's going to hit the bus. Oh, he hit the bus. Did you see that, Owen? Did you see that back in the studio? He hit the bus right there.
he looks like he's severely injured there.
He looks very severely injured. He's down the ground. Let's take a look at that again in slow motion. As you can see the bus just coming across the intersection. And if he'd have been just a second later, he would have missed the bus. But as fate would have it, the very, very far back right end of the bus was where that motorcycle hit, and he is down to the ground. He looks completely unconscious, if not deceased.
Now, the pursuing officer should be arriving on the scene shortly to render assistance. It looks like he needs it.
Well, he needs some sort of assistance. The guy, I see no movement whatsoever. He is either entirely unconscious or he has been killed at this scene.
Hopefully,
Oh, he is moving. I see his left arm moving. It looks like he's severely injured. The police pulling up now to render assistance to the injured motorcyclist. Checking for weapons, it looks like. Trying to get his arm behind his back. It doesn't look like he's
he must
offering.
be severely hurt. It looks like this officer is manhandling him a bit.
He looks severely injured. I wouldn't be surprised if this is breaking maybe a few more bones the motorcyclist didn't have before.
Now, let's say there was no resistance here. You'd think the officer would be a little bit more delicate than somebody in this type of position.
You would think so, Owen. Okay, Owen, the situation so far, as we have heard, the SWAT team has been called into the area. Inside this house, allegedly, a man is holding a baby hostage. He is armed. The police have already fired a few shots into the house. That's the mother right there of the baby. Coming up behind the SWAT team member, they're showing them the best way to gain entrance to the house through the back. The police have already fired a few shots into the house, which appears to be kind of dangerous. The baby inside. In fact, there is a child inside.
The mother must be very concerned with this situation here.
The mother has to be going out of her mind with regards to the baby and the man inside. Being very rational in his actions.
Now, look at the number of officers here. Now, is this protecting the child, or is this possibly putting the child in more peril?
I couldn't imagine that this would be at all helping the situation. The sheer number of officers may make the man even more nervous and knows what he might be forced to do.
Now, with the child involved here, I have a feeling this may drag on long into the evening because the police are going to want to take every bit of caution that they can.
Yeah, they're going to take every precaution that they have at their disposal to try and get this baby out safely, because when you are talking about a child or a baby, in this instance, you want to make sure that every I has been dotted and T has been crossed, because it could turn ugly. It could turn ugly. As you can see, it's nighttime now here. This has been going on for quite some time. I'm bringing in the artificial lights.
We understand he's coming out.
He's coming out. There is the man with the baby above his head. The baby looks to me to be okay. You see the baby moving his leg. It looks like the baby
Just an infant.
is virtually unharmed. The infant is unharmed. And the man has come out of the house and is surrendering to police.
So there was definitely a child inside, and there was definitely shots fired inside. That seems inappropriate.
Yeah, it seems that the police may be firing shots into the house. Maybe there might not have been the best judgment.
Now, where is the mother?
We have received reports that the mother is under SWAT team custody. And she's probably being brought out right now to receive the baby. Well, there she is, as I suspected, in police care. The baby is being given back to her.
Must be very relieved.
Very happy reunion here in the back of the car. You can see the relief on the face of that right there. She is definitely glad the situation is over.
Any thoughts?
Now, the police in pursuit of this vehicle, trying to box him in, but he's going relatively fast. Trying the fishtail maneuver once again, famous police fishtail maneuver. As he hits the car is skidding on the side of the road, running into another car, a parked car. As you can see, the hood of the car has come up, but he's continuing on. He's not pulling over to the side. He's flipping around. The police boxing him in again.
That certainly will slow him up.
That's slowing him up quite a bit. As a matter of fact, he's getting out of the vehicle. He's running on foot.
I think he is scared of these pursuing officers.
I wouldn't be surprised. He's surrendering to the other officer right there.
Oh, he's brought down to the ground.
And the dog is coming in as well. The police officer is not calling out the dog. The dog, it looks like he has a pretty good hold of
punches being thrown.
Punches being thrown, and the dog is on the suspect as well. And the officer's not doing anything.
Like he surrendered.
It looks like he surrendered. The police are not doing anything to call the dog out.
They're still beating him.
They're still beating him, even though the suspect is down to the ground. Here comes another officer. It looked to me like he was running toward the other officer, surrendering, saying, "Get these other police officers off me." Let's take a look at it again. First, they try the fishtail maneuver. He slides off to the side. You can't see it, but there you go. You can see a little bit of him flipping the side of that parked vehicle. The hood of the car off. You can't be possibly having a very good view of where he's going with the hood obstructing his view like that.
Now, this is the point where he should have stopped.
He should have stopped. He's getting out of the car. He's continuing to run, but I think
He realizes it's too late.
I think he was kind of in fear for his life with those other officers, and there goes the canine patrol.
And here come the punches.
Here come the punches, and the dog as well. That dog can't, with his...
Look at that one officer. The punch is being thrown. Two-fisted.
Yeah, the suspect is down in prone position, but the officer is continuing the pummeling, continuing the beating. And the dog is not being, has not been called off either. So it looks to me like a pure case of... Now, this military tank has been apprehended from a local base, and they've been in hot pursuit of this individual for quite some time. No, just rolling, as you can see, right over that car. While the property damage that this individual is inflicting is quite high, there have been no loss of life or no personal injuries at all. And the tank continuing down, rolling over that motorhome there, plowing right into the van. As I mentioned before, the property damage has been quite high, but nobody, no loss of life or anything so far. Obviously, inside the tank, a very disturbed individual who is in very serious need of some help. Hopefully the police are trained to handle this type of individual, this type of situation. There's another motorhome there. He's ramming the van right into the front of the motorhome. This tank just making this motorhome look like it's virtually made out of cardboard. Taking out the whole side of the motorhome there. This tank just virtually wreaking destruction everywhere it goes.
Now, Captain Dave, he seems to be interested in inflicting as much property damage as he can.
Yeah,
he seems to have gone nowhere near any individual.
Yeah, he hasn't gone near any individuals at all. Luckily, these are just parked cars. Property damage, like I said, is going to be quite high here, but he doesn't look like he's willing to inflict injuries on any person. The tank continues on. There's the car.
He did avoid
He
him.
did avoid him. Knowing that there was a driver in there, he did do everything he could to avoid the driver in his truck.
There's another vehicle with the driver.
Another vehicle with the driver, he's avoiding
He's
him.
avoiding both of these.
Right through the intersection, he's purposely slowing down to avoid that driver. Obviously not interested in inflicting any bodily harm or bodily injury. Looks like he's crashed into the side of a house here, which may even slow a tank down. The tank is smoking, as you can see. There's black smoke coming out the back. That doesn't look to me to be a very good sign that this tank is in very good shape.
He obviously isn't
There's another passerby on the street there. Can you see him off to the left there?
And again, he is avoiding the other vehicle.
Again, avoiding the other vehicle and the passerby as well.
Looks like he's taken out another fire hydrant.
Yeah, you can see the stream of water up there from the fire hydrant that the tank is rolled over there. The stream of water obstructing our view of the tank. There it is right there. It comes from behind the stream of water. He continues down the street, continues to wreak havoc and property damage. There's a car with the driver inside who is backing up as good as he possibly can.
Now, he could have crushed this
He
car.
could have crushed that car. It was right in his way. All he would have had to have done was make a quick little left, and that car and the driver would have been missed. Taking out another fire hydrant. It seems that this individual was just bent on as much, creating as much destruction as possible. Taking out looks like a signpost there or something, middle section. And property damage seems to be the thing foremost of this stuff.
I would think if it was his intent to hurt people, he could have already.
He would have done so by now, I think. Taking out a stoplight. There goes the whole stoplight system right there. Boom. Down it goes. This tank is just cut and swapped through this town. It's unprecedented, Ellen. Stoplight is hung up, it looks like, on the tank itself, dragging the stoplight down the street.
Now, the police look like they've made no effort to stop him. They may just let him run for a while and run out of fuel.
I think the police are just going to let him get it out of the system, and they are just going to keep a close watch on this guy. It's my assessment that once he shows evidence of trying to inflict bodily injury, chances are the police may take a little more aggressive action. As long as it's property damage, look, there's a whole line of cars. There's 6 lanes of cars. The tank could have chosen to drive right in the middle of it. And the tank has lost the stoplight support there.
Now, he's made his way onto the freeway.
He's onto the freeway here, and he looks like he stopped in the freeway overpass support. Virtually nowhere for this guy to go. He's backing up. The tank is still in fairly bad condition, it looks like. Black smoke coming out from it. It's not a good sign. Looks like he may have some sort of trouble with the maneuverability of the tank. On the freeway, you can see the freeway traffic.
He's hit the wall.
He's hit the wall. He's hit the median in the middle.
I think this is going to be the opportunity for the police to take him.
I think you're right, Owen. This is the perfect opportunity for the police to take him, because even this median looks like it's slowing this tank down. Even a tank
stop.
It doesn't look to me like he's going anywhere. Police using this opportunity to move in.
There's no reason to believe that there will be any loss of life here, because he isn't going anywhere. The police should be able to extract him from the vehicle.
Police moving in to apprehend the suspect right now. And there's the tank. The smoke clears. We may see the officers actually going up on the tank. There he is right there. You can see the officer going on the corner of the tank in an attempt to go into the tank to apprehend the suspect. Converging upon the tank.
We understand that they have apprehended him.
The indication from the ground is that they have shot and killed the suspect. There didn't seem to be any provocation whatsoever. He was unarmed. It didn't seem that there was any reason for them to shoot and kill the suspect. Now, they've been in pursuit of this large white truck here for some time. As you can see, the traffic has been virtually diverted from all angles. The police trying to fishtail this truck. It's a little more difficult with a truck of this size, but they're trying. There they go with the first fishtail maneuver, spinning the truck around. The truck in pretty bad shape up there as it starts to ram into the telephone pole. Just narrowly missing the telephone pole. He's pulling back out on the street again. The police may try another fishtail maneuver here. We just have to kind of wait and see what they're planning with a truck of this size. It's very difficult to tell what they're actually planning on doing. They're right on his bumper again. It looks like they're trying to force him into pulling over, or
it looks like they may be increasing his rate of speed. They're pushing him
they're
forward.
pushing him. They're trying to fishtail thing again, and they're increasing the speed ordinarily he wouldn't have attempted.
He is out of control.
He's out of control. He's spun out of control, crashing into the side of this house or this business here.
That is the end of this pursuit.
That's the end of this pursuit. It looks like the suspect not moving. He's slumped over the wheel there. It looks like he may be out. He may be unconscious. He is not moving at all. It looks to me like they have...
Hopefully they'll extract him easily from the vehicle because he's probably injured.
No, it looks like to me like he's completely out. And they're not being very delicate with him whatsoever, even though he's virtually unconscious. He looks slumped over the wheel there. I wouldn't even be surprised if he was unconscious. Had been unconscious earlier down the road, and their vehicles had maneuvered that truck exactly where they wanted it. Let's take a look at it again. The truck seems to be moving under its own power at this point. Police do their fishtail maneuver. The truck spins out of control. It looks like the truck is just kind of drifting under its own power now. The driver doesn't even look like he's in control of this vehicle at this point. It looks like the police are doing all of the motivating with their vehicles.
Can you tell from your angle if he is even awake, coherent?
It doesn't even look to me like he's steering or anything. It looks to me like he's completely at the mercy of where the police vehicle directs him.
And he is, again, just slumped over the wheel.
Which you see the white T-shirt, looks like he's slumped over the wheel, like he is virtually unconscious. The police extracting him rather roughly from the truck here, as you can see on the replay. Opening the truck door, slumped over the vehicle, offering no resistance, dragging him out as he hits the ground. That's gotta hurt. Guns drawn.
Looks like they punched his head down into the pavement.
Yeah, not handling this suspect very gracefully, I must say.
From your angle, did you see if he was offering any resistance?
I don't even see that the guy was even conscious, let alone offering. Motorcyclist is heading down the boulevard here. Police in pursuit, but keeping a fair distance at this point. Unlike police pursuit, where it's a fairly good-sized vehicle, a lot can happen with a motorcycle. The bystander's actually trying to apprehend them himself. Look at them go. They're trying to apprehend the motorcyclist. And he's pulling a U-turn and getting the heck out of there, because they look like angry villagers to me who are calling for blood. As he continues back down the boulevard the other way again, dodging traffic.
Looks like he's coming around now again for another pass.
He's going to try and make it through those bystanders the best he can on the motorcycle, maneuvering past them. Cutting a path right between them. And all around the traffic, which is at a standstill at this point. Other bystanders trying to get into the act. He's now watching his... Oh! Collided right into a car in the intersection.
It looked like that car intentionally hit him.
It looked like the car, I think you may be right. He may have been a part of the mob mentality down there and decided to just pull it out, and he
is injured.
He is injured. He's wobbling around a little straightly down there. He looks like
he just wants to call it quits.
A little disoriented. As the mob starts to descend upon the motorcyclist in an attempt to apprehend him and hold him for police, trying to pull him down to the ground with his shirt covering his head so he doesn't get beaten.
He is obviously injured.
The police are on the scene now, obviously injured, feeling a little disoriented. Obviously.
Here comes the police to his rescue.
Police to his rescue.
Oh, I'm wrong.
Police using the opportunity to kick him right in the head while he is down.
He was definitely down. He was being held down. There was no reason for the police officer to come in and kick him like that.
Even though you're wearing a helmet, Owen, that's still got to hurt. And they're apprehend once again 6 officers, 7 officers swarming to the scene.
It looks like they're continuing to damage this gentleman.
They're continuing to drag him along the pavement here in an effort to apprehend him, but virtually no resistance being given. I don't see how a guy as disoriented as this, with everything that he's endured so far, could possibly resist.
Having been hit by that car, he's obviously injured.
Yeah, he's got to be a little bit dizzy.
This certainly is adding to his injury.
More likely than not, this would probably have something to do with him sustaining see another helicopter up in the air with us here, surveying the situation of what seems to be a fairly awful situation. As you can see, there's the fire right there that we believe was set by arsons earlier. Let's cut back to that video that we have of the truck that was pulled over. You saw one trucker get beaten up earlier. Now, and you remember this 18-wheeler that pulled over. Now, this trucker is having a very hard time being kicked and beaten by the members of this local community, being hit in the head with bricks, even though he's trying to get up. The members of this community choosing to see to it that he has no more belongings left in his truck. We're going to try and get back around on the other side of the truck here to see if this truck driver may be okay, if he's in fact moving, or if his face looks pretty bloodied. And it almost looks like the members of the community here are fairly proud of their handiwork. See if we can get a good shot of these gentlemen's faces for...
Any indication you have that these people realize you're among them in the helicopter and the camera?
I don't think they care, actually, quite frankly. I think they're so pumped up with adrenaline and with feelings of hatred that they just don't care who's watching. I think they're actually maybe taking pride in their handiwork that they would like a lot of people to see this situation. You can see more cars pulling into the intersection, realizing the trouble and trying to get the heck out of there. Nobody coming to this gentleman's aid, even though there's blood all over the pavement. A guy with a camcorder there to try and preserve the moment. Boy, this is sick. This is sick, Owen. This gives you one of those feelings in your stomach of what has humanity sunk to.
Now, from your vantage point, did you see anybody coming to his aid?
Nobody's
Police,
coming to his
fire
aid.
department?
It doesn't look to me like anybody's coming to his aid at all. It looks to me like that gentleman may have had a gun, a rifle of some sort. Me like he walked up to the gentleman on the ground there and pointed the gun at him and decided to walk away. Nobody is coming to this man's rescue. There's somebody
Going for his wallet.
It looks like trying to roll him over to see if he has any money or anything on him.
And
running
he's
away.
playing with his wallet.
Running between the two payloads on the truck there. Nobody, police, ambulance, fire, nobody will even come into this area because they have been fired upon. They're just letting the situation kind of burn itself out. Looks like he's still moving, but he's still conscious. It doesn't look like he's dead.
Looks like he's trying to get up.
Boy, that's got to be tough. The kind of injuries that this guy has sustained. It's got to be difficult. To get back on his feet, probably looking to get the heck out of there. Now he's going to see how he's going to get it without aid.
They're pulling back to see if there's anybody anywhere who can offer assistance.
There are people standing around, but nobody seems to be interested in offering any assistance of any type. You can see people, there's a few there, and they're more interested in looting the area stores. One lady running right by, not offering any assistance of any type.
It does look like he's making a valiant effort to get up and back to his truck.
My assessment is that if any of these local people who are here, if they offer any assistance to this gentleman at all, they themselves run the risk of probably being beaten up or shot or killed.
He's reaching out.
He looks very disoriented and looks to me like he's just wondering what the heck hit him and how the heck to get out of there. Another gentleman, looks like the same gentleman that assisted in his pummeling earlier, kind of jumping over him. He looks like he can't see. There's probably so much blood in his face that he really has no idea where he's at. If it was safe for us to land in this area and bring him on board, we would have done so, but we just did not.
Is he up?
He is up on his feet, but it looks like he's very disoriented. Well, he's up on his knees anyway. He hasn't. He's not fully standing. But it looks like he may make it through these injuries okay if he can just get some help.
We're looking around at all the surrounding people. They must have noticed him, but nobody's coming to his aid.
There's cars around. There's definitely people around who could help him, but nobody seems interested in helping him at all. You can see there's plenty of cars. There's plenty of people on the street, on the corner.
And the police are making no effort to enter this area.
The police that have been fired upon. There's a motorcyclist. Looks like he may be trying to assess the situation, but it also looks like he may be trying to assess the best way for a hasty getaway. Looks like some sort of officer or something with the antennas, but I don't believe he is. Smoke coming from, obviously, from some kind of fire or something going on here at this gas station. It's a sad day in Los Angeles history here today, Alan. We've seen man's inhumanity to man. It's something that stick feeling in your stomach.
And you see where he is now.
I see that it looks like he is maybe back inside his truck with the door shut. Try and, yep, there he is right there in the driver's seat. Either trying to get the truck started again or trying to get, just take refuge from all the craziness that's going on down there.
I think that's his only chance here to stay in the vehicle.
Even with the broken windows, it's still better than being out on the street there. He's lucky that he actually could make it